All right, boom. Welcome back, folks. This is PZY. I thank you for your time. It's been a while, matter of fact, that I've uploaded. To be honest with you, I've been in the world just trying to make it work. Things have been tough out here, and I'm sure I speak for everybody when I say that, especially in the midst of the time that we're in with this coronavirus issue. Yo, I hope everybody's staying safe, healthy, sanitized, most importantly. We are definitely in a different time here, to say the least. You know, countries, cities, everything is just locked down. There's everything is locked down to prevent a spike in the contagion in regards to this coronavirus. So it definitely takes a certain level of personal responsibility, personal accountability. And so I hope you and everyone that you care about is taking heed to that type of information. I really hope you guys are, everybody's just like I said, you're staying to yourselves and you're trying to stay as healthy and as sanitized as possible. So, with that being said, I wanted to come back, man, and bring y'all some information. The main reason why, like I said, man, I had to readjust because when it comes to this journey, when it comes to this thing that we do, right? When we upload information, when we talk about things that people don't want to talk about, when it comes to this type of direction, uh, number one, I don't consider myself any sort of a teacher. I don't consider myself, um, you know, anybody smarter than the next man or woman. I just consider myself somebody who sees things in their own unique way. And then what I try to do my best is to um, share that information, to share that insight, to share that perspective in hopes of us ultimately getting on one accord. I feel that that is probably the biggest downfall of us as a human society and us as humankind is that information is not shared. That's almost the game nowadays, right? You know, the one who knows the most is the most profitable and has the most advantage in regards to the one that knows the least. And so I feel that um, what I know, I want you to know. And what you know, I want to know, especially if it's something that's beneficial for both of us as human beings. So with that being said, I always try to I always try to change my approach. And it's always something that's almost done instinctively as opposed to something that that has foresight. Um, there's always a need to rearrange the way I do something. Most importantly, I don't like doing things the way other people do it too. So sometimes when I feel that I'm being stagnant in my delivery, like I said, naturally, I tend to shift gears, you know what I'm saying, and switch it up in some form or fashion. Excuse me. And so I feel like that's what I'm doing now. I feel like it's another level of evolution, I guess I could say, in regards to my progress, in regards to my journey. I definitely, I enjoy uploading videos. I enjoy talking to people, in this digital world. Shout out to all my followers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who has subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate your insight. I appreciate your comments. And I also appreciate some of y'all checking in, going, "Hey, I haven't seen a video, man. Where you at?" Like I appreciate that too because it tells me that you guys are paying attention. Um, but even with you guys too, I don't want to just give y'all the same type of spiel. You know what I'm saying? I like to switch it up, but then also I like to be hands on. I like to be out here in the streets. I like to see the efforts that I make. I like to see progression. So I've been spending a lot more time in my community and doing a lot more hands-on work, and dealing with people face to face more than digitally lately. So to give you an example of that, we've a friend of mine and I we've created a few avenues in regards to bringing people together and socializing. We've created some video game tournaments that bring people together and also give you a chance to make some money. We've created some lectures where we basically have a different lecturer every week who we get together, and obviously this is all slowed down in the midst of this corona thing, but we were having these lectures to where people would give insight in regards to their how do I put it, their social commentary, their social perspective, and how they see things. And we've also been dealing with some. I've been doing music. I've been giving some guitar lessons to some kids, kind of at-risk kids that are in my neighborhood. And that's been really fun. I really feel like that's been the most rewarding, just because I've been watching some of these guys who have never touched an instrument, and now they are obsessed with something that not only is bringing them joy, but is keeping them out of trouble. So I've really been having fun doing that. I'm in the process right now of actually putting together a children's book. I'm really excited for that. I'm gonna be concentrating really on, I want to say all ages. I want to the book itself. I don't want to give out too much information, especially the title, but it will entertain the kindergarten all the way up to 10, 11, 12 years old. It's gonna be a series of books. So they're gonna be easy reads. They're gonna be teaching kids life lessons, how to be a better person, right? Have manners, how to respect, don't steal. You know what I'm saying? Just little things that you want your kids to know and to learn as they're growing up, and things that we didn't, always consider cool. I want to turn things that make kids better to make them cool, right? Where they have fun learning them, and they feel like they are a cooler person by doing it. So I'm putting together this children's book. Ultimately, I do want it to be an animation, and so one step at a time is for sure. So just like I said, I wanted to give y'all a little update in regards to what I've been doing. And so with that being all said, I want to get to the main topic at hand. Main reason why I'm here this evening, folks, is because I wanted to talk to y'all about the ignorance in religion. I'm going to make this video as quick and as convenient as possible. And the reason why I titled this video "The Ignorance in Religion" is because I feel, as the days go on, nowadays things are being a little more revealing, in the sense of you can't just bullshit people nowadays, right? And I'm sorry for the specific language, but there's just no cutting around that. Nowadays, you can't just chalk it up to religion. You can't just chalk it up to faith. You can't just chalk things up anymore. I think now people are demanding, more than anything, demanding answers. And the reason why I call this video "The Ignorance in Religion" is because nowadays I'm happy to see, um, the you know the I'm happy to see that people are now noticing the ignorance and the holes in some of the these bodies of religion that we have so dedicated our lives and our energy to, when in all reality, it's a figment of not only our imagination, but something that has been regurgitated to us from our parents and our parents' parents, and so on and so forth. It's always good to hold on to something. Don't get me wrong, but what I prefer to hold on to is something more real, right? I tell people all the time when I have these conversations about religion, is that for me personally, the closest thing to a God, the closest thing to a creator to me is my mother and father. And to me, that's real. To me, when I'm in a shitty situation or whatever's going on, when I was younger, I would pray to a quote unquote God, right? I would talk to a quote unquote God. But now, like I said, I realize that the closest thing to a God to me, is my parents. And that is something that I've been able to hold on to when I'm in dire situations, instead of looking to, a fictional character in the clouds, I look at people that really did create me and have power over who I am, right? And how I think and how I perceive. And the reason why I use them as an example is because it made me realize, when I started seeing the world for really what it is, it made me realize where I stood in the world. It made me realize my significance in the world. It made me realize what my role is out here. And so I feel that if we keep creating these fake kind of ideas of who we are, what we come from, it distorts the rest of the journey. You see what I'm saying? So um, I want to show y'all a video specifically to this distortion. I want to show y'all a video to show you an example of why it's so dangerous to have a distorted idea of of what we come from, a distorted idea of spirituality, a distorted idea of quote unquote God. I'm about to show you a video that has landed this pastor in prison, or not in prison, but in jail, because of his ignorance in religion. So with that being said, let me go ahead and switch to the screen, and you guys enjoy the show. So yeah, I don't know. I hope my audio is fine in regards to the video, but if it wasn't, that video was showing that there was a pastor in Florida who was arrested because he had decided to have Sunday service. In New Orleans, there was a parade going on, and in, I think they said, in Mississippi, there was church service that was held in the midst of this coronavirus shelter in place. And I don't know if you heard that pastor's comment, but he did. He also mentioned the fact that the president of the United States was one of the main motivators of why he did what he was doing, because the president said that he wanted churches packed by Easter time. You know, this is the thing about, like I said, in regards to this ignorance in religion, is that people believe so much that they are willing to not only put themselves in harm's way, but to put others in harm's way. And they put others in harm's way in regards to something that they just believe in and they just have faith in. It's not even anything that they actually know. There's nobody who's ever prayed away a disease, let alone some kind of virus. So for this man to host, to hold a service, with about what, 400 or 500 people, those people are going to go home to their families, and then their families are going to associate and be around other people in that town, exposing other people if there was something to expose them to. But now this risk is being taken. Why? Based on this faith in this God that they believe in. And this is the danger, people, about having faith. This is the danger about believing, is because both of those is not something substantial. Both of those is not something that is actually going on. You can believe that y'all are talking to me, but how do you know? You could have faith that you're talking to me right now, but how do you know? How do you know? To believe in something is not taking first-hand account. To believe in something is taking second-hand account on whatever it is and deeming it as true. To have faith in something is taking information and trusting the fact that that information is accurate. It's not you validating that information. It's not you confirming that information. So my point is that if this man had shook hand and broke bread with God and was able to prove that, it'll be a different story. But this man is just like any other pastor or any other quote unquote believer, is that they are hanging their health, they are holding their health, their family's health, their friends' health on something that is not validated. And like I said, the dangers of that are so serious that they arrested the man. They arrested him. And so the main reason why, folks, I wanted to make this video is because, like I said, number one, I wanted to show that it's about, now it's not even people, the time that we are in is the time of revealing, of pulling that card. So if you are on some bullshit, the universe is pulling your card. The universe is going to pull your card. Okay, so you believe in this creator and this God that can just, that's going to protect you no matter what. All right. Well, here's a coronavirus. Go to church, see what happens to you. Go to this church and stand by 400 or 500 people and see what happens to you. It's time to pull that card. It's time to pull that card. And what's unfortunate is that, it takes situations like this for people to understand, but these things have been going on, time and time again. This is not the first, this is not the first epidemic. We know they've had the Ebola, they've had, AIDS, they've had the Spanish influenza, they've had the Black Death. Remember with the goddamn rats in Europe? Nobody prayed any of these diseases away. It took doctors, it took scientists to get rid of these diseases and keep them under control. No, there was no God that came through and blessed the disease or the virus out of anybody's body. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm not saying this to be condescending. I'm saying this because it's a fact. It's a fact. And it's dangerous to lean any other way than a fact. It is dangerous for you to lean any other way besides a fact. We have to understand, folks, that we cannot bet our lives on something that has not been substantiated. We cannot bet our lives on something that somebody told you. And just because they told you does not mean that it is true. These times are the times of revealing. No matter who you are, what you are, or what God you follow, the universe will pull your card. The universe will pull your card. So, what I would like to do is, before I let y'all go, what I'd like to do is, and I've done this a few times, but I like to do it because it's something where I feel like people, they need to understand what what they're doing. Um, so this right here, the definition of belief, okay, of believing. This is the definition, and I want y'all to read this. To believe is to accept something as true, to feel sure of the truth of. The secondary definition is to hold something as an opinion, think, or suppose. The first definition is to accept something as true. So, so if I told you that the sky was red, and if you believed me, you would be accepting me just saying the sky is red as true. Is the sky red? No. But do you believe it? You believe it as true. So in your eyes, it's true. So by you not walking outside to verify the sky being red, now you are stuck in an illusion and you are stuck in believing what I just told you. The secondary definition of believing is to hold something as an opinion. So if I think the sky's red and you take that, now you are under the assumption that the sky is red based on my opinion that you have not verified. Okay? That is dangerous, people. It's dangerous. Now let's look at faith. Let's look at the definition of faith. Faith, the complete trust or confidence in someone or something. The complete trust or confidence in someone or something. So if you trust me and if you're confident in me, and if I tell you that the sky is red, then enough said. You don't even need to walk outside because you have complete trust and confidence in someone, which is me. That's dangerous because the sky's not red. But if you have complete trust and confidence in me, the sky's red to you. Faith, the secondary definition of faith, strong belief in God or in the doctrines of a religion based on a spiritual apprehension rather than proof. The secondary definition of faith is strong belief in God or in the doctrines of a religion based on spiritual apprehension rather than proof. You see, this definition alone is what put that pastor in jail. It's because he has a strong belief in a God or in the doctrines of a religion that not only have not been substantiated, but they are based on a spiritual apprehension rather than actual proof. That is the danger, folks, of believing that the sky is red when it's blue, or having faith that the sky is red when it is blue. That is the danger. And I'm going to give y'all one more definition. Now, what differentiates truth from non-truth is the word that you see in front of you right now, which is to know. What differentiates truth from non-truth is the word that you're looking at right now, which is to know. The primary definition of knowing is to be aware, is to be aware of through observation, inquiry, or information. To know something is to be aware of through observation, inquiry, or information. So if I just told you, like I said, based on the previous definitions of believing and faith, if I told you the sky was blue, instead of you believing me, instead of you just having faith in what I'm saying, what separates you from the sheep is that you go outside to verify it yourself that the sky's blue, or you peek out the window to see if the sky's blue. By you being aware of, through observation, peeking out the window, inquiry, walking outside, or information, is you separating yourself from people who don't know any better and would rather take someone else's word for it. To know, the secondary definition of knowing is having developed a relationship with someone through meeting and spending time with them. Be familiar and friendly with. And like I said, to bring it all the way back to what I was saying in the beginning in regards to the closest thing to me to what a God is, the closest thing on earth to what a God is my parents. And I've developed a relationship with them through meeting and spending time with them. And I've become familiar and friendly with them. And that's why I know where I come from. That's why I don't believe that I come from them. I don't have faith that I come from them. I know. And to me, that is the realest thing. That is the realest connection, and is the closest connection to a God that you can have on earth. But instead of us realizing and holding on to that, we would rather realize and hold on to a figment of someone else's imagination, whether it's Allah, whether it's Jesus, or whether it's Yahweh. So with that being said, folks, I'm going to leave y'all with this. If you want to believe in something, that's fine. Just know that you believing in something doesn't mean it's true. If you want to have faith in something, that's fine. But just know that if you have faith in something, does not mean it's true. But if you want to know something, if you want to know, then you will be standing next to the truth. And until that day, the universe will keep pulling your card. And folks, understand that it takes information for us to be better and smarter. It takes information for us to be more spiritually inclined and connected with one another. So please take heed to the information that I'm giving you now. Like I said, this is not me just talking crazy about Christians or whatever. I'm showing you people that there's never been an instant in time where you pray away any type of disease, where you pray away anything. So let's get back to the idea of understanding the fact that what is real is something that can be verified. And I'm not saying everything that you see is real, and if you don't see it, it's not real. No. But you can verify it. If it ain't verified, you got to let it fly. So this has been The Ignorance of Religion. I appreciate your time. I will be dropping another video sooner than later in regards to the Muslim religion. Y'all have a good one. Peace. Oh, yes. And don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment down below in regards to what you think about that pastor. And also, I want to know what y'all think about belief. Do y'all believe? Do y'all know? Do you have faith? And if do you know and understand the difference that I've explained? Please let me know if my video made sense, and share, subscribe. Peace.